What if I told you that the daily habits you think are harmless are quietly compromising your sexual health? Most men have no idea that something as simple as how they sit, what they wear, or when they eat could be affecting blood flow, sensation, and long-term function down there. The truth is, penis health isn't just about what happens in the bedroom. It starts with what you do every single day, and today, we're going to talk about the 5 habits that urologists say make the biggest difference. Welcome back to Prime Health Lab. I'm here to break down the science of men's health in a way that's practical, straightforward, and actually useful. If you're someone who wants to optimize your vitality, your performance, and your confidence naturally, you're in the right place. Make sure you're subscribed because we release new content every week designed to help you take control of your health without the confusion or the hype. Today's topic is one that doesn't get talked about enough, but it should, because your daily routine has a direct impact on your sexual health. Let's get into it. Let me tell you about 2 different guys. We'll call them Mark and Joel. Both are 38, both work office jobs, both consider themselves relatively healthy. But their daily routines couldn't be more different, and neither of them realizes how much those small differences are affecting their sexual health. Mark works from home. He wakes up around 7, skips breakfast, grabs coffee, and sits down at his desk by 8. He's there until noon, then eats lunch at his computer while answering emails. He sits for another 4 or 5 hours, maybe gets up to use the bathroom or grab a snack. By the end of the day, he's been sitting for nearly 10 hours. He doesn't think much of it because that's just how his job works. Joel has the same type of job, but he does things a little differently. He also wakes up at 7, but he sets a timer on his phone that goes off every 45 minutes. When it does, he stands up, walks around his house for 2 or 3 minutes, stretches his legs, maybe does a few squats. It's not a workout, it's just movement. By the end of the day, Joel has probably stood up and moved around 15 or 20 times. It seems insignificant, but here's what's actually happening beneath the surface. When you sit for long periods, especially in certain positions, you're compressing the perineum. That's the area between your scrotum and your anus, and it's loaded with nerves and blood vessels that supply the penis. Constant pressure on this area restricts blood flow. Over time, that restriction can lead to numbness, reduced sensation, and even contribute to erectile issues. Urologists see this all the time, especially in men who cycle frequently or sit in the same position for hours without moving. Mark doesn't feel it yet, but his body is responding. His circulation is sluggish. His pelvic floor muscles are tight and weak at the same time because they're not being activated. Blood isn't moving efficiently through the smaller vessels in his pelvis. It's not an emergency, but it's a slow accumulation of stress on the system. Joel, on the other hand, is giving his body micro breaks. Every time he stands, blood flow increases. His pelvic floor engages. The pressure on his perineum is released. His nervous system gets a reset. These aren't dramatic interventions. They're just frequent, small moments of relief that add up over the course of a day, a week, a year. Now let's fast forward 6 months. Mark starts noticing that his morning erections aren't as strong as they used to be. He chalks it up to age or stress. He doesn't connect it to the fact that he's been sitting in the same position, compressing the same nerves and blood vessels, day after day. Joel, meanwhile, hasn't noticed any decline. If anything, he feels more present in his body, more connected during sex, more responsive. The first habit that urologists emphasize is this: break up prolonged sitting. It's not about working out more or adding another thing to your to-do list. It's about interrupting compression. If you work at a desk, set a timer. Stand up every 45 minutes to an hour. Walk to the kitchen, do a few stretches, shift your weight. If you drive for long periods, pull over and move. If you cycle, adjust your seat, stand on the pedals occasionally, and take breaks. Your pelvis needs circulation. Your nerves need space. Your body wasn't designed to stay in one position for 8 hours straight, and your sexual health will reflect that if you let it. Now let's talk about something most men don't think twice about: what they're wearing. Specifically, what they're wearing below the waist. This is where Mark and Joel's routines diverge again, and the consequences are more significant than you might expect. Mark likes to stay comfortable. He wears boxer briefs most of the time, but they're tight. They hold everything in place, and he likes that feeling of support, especially when he's working out or going for a run. After his morning shower, he puts on a fresh pair, and they stay on all day. Sometimes he'll wear them to bed because it's just easier. He also has a habit of taking long, hot showers. 15, sometimes 20 minutes underwater that's almost too hot to stand. It feels good. It's relaxing. He doesn't see any reason to change it. Joel wears looser underwear, not baggy, just breathable. Cotton boxers or boxer briefs that don't compress. When he gets home from work, he changes into something even looser, like athletic shorts with built-in mesh. At night, he sleeps in loose pants or nothing at all. His showers are warm, not scalding, and he keeps them under 10 minutes. Again, these seem like trivial differences, but here's what's actually happening. Your testicles hang outside your body for a reason. They need to stay cooler than your core body temperature to produce healthy sperm and maintain optimal testosterone levels. The ideal temperature for testicular function is about 2 to 4 degrees cooler than the rest of your body. When you wear tight underwear, when you take long hot showers, when you sit with a laptop on your lap, or when you spend time in hot tubs or saunas frequently, you're raising the temperature of your scrotum. And that has consequences. Elevated scrotal temperature doesn't just affect sperm production, it impacts the cells that produce testosterone. It creates oxidative stress in the tissue. It affects the blood vessels and the delicate structures inside the testicles that are responsible for hormone regulation. Urologists have seen a consistent pattern. Men who expose their genitals to chronic heat, whether through clothing, bathing habits, or environmental factors, often show lower testosterone levels and reduced sperm quality over time. Mark doesn't know this yet, but his tight underwear is keeping everything compressed and warm all day. His long hot showers are bathing his testicles in heat for extended periods. His body is trying to compensate, but it's fighting an uphill battle. The Leydig cells in his testicles, the ones responsible for testosterone production, are working in a suboptimal environment. The result isn't dramatic. It's not like his testosterone is going to crash overnight. But over months and years, this adds up. His energy dips. His libido isn't what it used to be. His recovery from workouts takes longer. He attributes it to getting older, but it's actually his environment. Joel's approach is giving his body what it needs. Loose, breathable fabric allows air circulation. Changing out of restrictive clothing when he's home gives his body a break. Sleeping without tight underwear lets his testicles regulate temperature naturally overnight, which is when a lot of testosterone production happens. His shorter, cooler showers aren't shocking his system with prolonged heat exposure. The second habit is simple. Keep things cool and loose. Wear breathable underwear made from natural fabrics like cotton. Avoid tight clothing for extended periods, especially during sleep. If you're someone who enjoys hot baths or saunas, that's fine occasionally, but don't make it a daily habit, and don't stay in for 20 or 30 minutes at a time. Keep your showers warm, not hot, and limit them to 10 minutes or less. If you use a laptop, don't rest it directly on your lap for hours. Use a desk or a laptop stand. These small environmental changes protect your hormonal health and your reproductive function. They're easy to implement, and the long-term payoff is significant. The third area where Mark and Joel's lives differ is in their relationship with food and hydration, and this is where things get really interesting because most men don't connect what they eat and drink with their sexual health. But urologists will tell you that the link is direct and undeniable. Mark's diet is what you'd call convenient. He skips breakfast most days because he's not hungry in the morning. Lunch is usually something fast, takeout, or a sandwich from the deli down the street. Dinner is better, his wife cooks, but it's often heavy, carb-focused, and eaten late, around 8 or 9 at night. He drinks coffee throughout the day, maybe 3 or 4 cups, and he's not great about water. He'll have a glass here and there, but he's usually mildly dehydrated without realizing it. On weekends, he drinks more, a few beers on Friday night, maybe some wine with dinner on Saturday. It's not excessive, but it's regular. Joel eats differently. He has breakfast every morning, nothing fancy, usually eggs and some fruit or oatmeal. Lunch is planned, something he brings from home or picks up that includes protein and vegetables. Dinner is earlier, around 6 or 7, and he tries to keep it balanced. He drinks water consistently throughout the day, keeps a bottle at his desk, and makes a conscious effort to stay hydrated. Coffee is limited to 1 or 2 cups in the morning. Alcohol is occasional, maybe once a week, and when he does drink, it's moderate. Again, these don't seem like major differences, but let's look at what's happening inside their bodies. Your penis relies entirely on blood flow to function. Erections are a vascular event. Blood needs to flow into the erectile tissue and stay there under pressure. Anything that compromises your vascular system compromises your sexual function. And here's the thing. Your vascular system is directly affected by what you put into your body every single day. Mark's diet is creating chronic low-grade inflammation. Processed foods, excess sugar, irregular eating patterns, all of these contribute to endothelial dysfunction. The endothelium is the inner lining of your blood vessels, and when it's not healthy, blood doesn't flow efficiently. His dehydration makes his blood thicker, harder to pump, less efficient at delivering oxygen and nutrients. His regular alcohol intake, even though it's moderate, is affecting his liver's ability to metabolize estrogen and regulate hormones. It's also disrupting his sleep quality, which impacts testosterone production at night. His late dinners are spiking his insulin right before bed, which interferes with growth hormone release and overnight recovery. Joel's approach is supporting his vascular health. Consistent hydration keeps his blood volume optimal and his circulation efficient. Eating regular meals with adequate protein stabilizes his blood sugar and prevents the insulin spikes and crashes that stress the vascular system. His earlier dinners give his body time to digest before sleep, which improves sleep quality and supports overnight hormone production. Limited alcohol means his liver is functioning efficiently, his sleep architecture is intact, and his testosterone isn't being suppressed. Here's what urologists emphasize. Penis health is vascular health. If your blood vessels aren't healthy, your sexual function will suffer, and vascular health starts with what you eat and drink. The third habit is this. Prioritize hydration and eat in a way that supports circulation. Drink water consistently throughout the day. Aim for half your body weight in ounces as a baseline. Eat regular meals that include protein, healthy fats, and vegetables. Limit processed foods and excess sugar because they damage your blood vessels over time. Keep alcohol moderate, and if you drink regularly, consider cutting back to once or twice a week. Eat dinner earlier when possible so your body has time to digest before sleep. These aren't restrictive diet rules. They're foundational habits that keep your circulatory system functioning the way it's supposed to, and that directly translates to better sexual health, stronger erections, and more consistent performance. Here's the reality. Your sexual health isn't separate from the rest of your health. It's connected to how you move, what you wear, what you eat, and how you take care of your body every single day. The small decisions you make, the ones that seem insignificant, they're either supporting your function or slowly compromising it. Mark and Joel started in the same place, but their daily habits took them in completely different directions. The good news is that you have control over this. You can start making these changes today. Break up your sitting, wear looser, breathable clothing, stay hydrated, and eat in a way that supports your circulation. These aren't complicated, they're just consistent, and consistency is what builds lasting health. If this resonated with you, leave a comment and let me know which habit you're going to focus on first, and if you found this valuable, share it with someone who needs to hear it. I'll see you in the next one.